Federal officials have not said how they know she made the post.
They've only said that they know Malik's statement was made under a different name and the attacks may have been inspired by ISIS. These are the two shooters responsible for the deadliest mass shooting in the United States since Sandy Hook. 28-year-old Syed Farouk and his wife, 27-year-old Tashfeen Malik. Even though we know more about the two shooters, police still have not pinpointed a motive for why the couple killed these 14 people. Farouk's sister spoke publicly today. She says she is upset. She is shocked that her brother and sister-in-law could have done this.
Do you think your brother deserves to be forgiven?
That's a hard question. I don't even know if I would forgive him just because of what he did.
And in the wake of the new information, the FBI has decided to investigate this shooting as a terrorist attack.
And it says the nation talking about homegrown terror threats in the United States, and our area isn't immune to this issue, with 3 high-profile cases in our area in recent years. Our coverage of this big national story begins tonight with Channel 4's Scott Johnson, live from the federal courthouse downtown.
Yeah, Ken, we've had a number of cases in our area. The guys arrested have been taken to a federal judge here in Duval County to face charges related to terrorism. Chilling stuff, knowing that it's been going on right in our backyard. In 2015, our area has seen instances of a terror threat pop up in the headlines. First in January, it was 21-year-old Shelton Bell, who was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. He trained to fight in the Middle East, but was caught before he could commit an act of terror. Then the threat showed up at the Orange Park Mall with a man who owned a cell phone kiosk. Abror Habibov was an Uzbekistan resident living in Brooklyn with kiosks in the malls up and down the East Coast. Prosecutors say he helped finance a plan for himself and 2 others to travel overseas and join ISIS. He was arrested in Jacksonville. Then again in Orange Park. In September, 20-year-old Joshua Goldberg was arrested in a September 11th bomb plot. I spoke with Toni Kravitz by phone. She's a former assistant special agent in charge for the FBI.
Police have been following up on any tip they receive. They're certainly concerned and have been concerned over the last 15 years with Islamic radicalization and homegrown lone wolf type of actors.
Kravitz says homegrown terror has been a consistent threat that police have trained for since the September 11th attacks of 2001.
It's an overwhelming task when you think, especially of the recent case, that we seem to be seeing these incidents, major critical incidents happening, mass shootings happening, and the more and more the radicalization seems to be growing in this country in particular. So that is concerning to law enforcement, and it's just a huge, huge task.
I also asked News4Jack's crime analyst Gil Smith about another issue that's popped up since the California shootings. That's the neighbor of one of the suspects who said she saw suspicious activity at the house.
You're not stereotyping the people, you're monitoring the behavior, no matter what race it is, nationality it is. Whatever behavior appears to be unusual, that's what needs to be reported.
And Kravitz adds to me that any suspicious behavior reports that are given to your local police department or any law enforcement agency are sent to the Joint Terrorism Task Force. They check all those tips out by either contacting the people who were reported to them, or they check it against any sort of watch list they have. We're live downtown at the federal courthouse. Scott Johnson, Channel 4, the local station.
Thanks, Scott. We also heard from lawyers representing Farouk's family today. They said Farouk was made fun of for his facial hair at his job, but he was a very private person. They also said there is no smoking gun evidence that the couple was a part of any particular terror cell or group.
The couple met through an online dating website. It was actually a marriage website. They had met. They had interests that, they matched up.
Was it a Muslim website or?
Well, we don't actually know what kind of website. We were actually trying to find out more information about the website with the FBI as well. The family is in complete shock. They have no idea whatsoever. This was their brother by blood, but they weren't too close to him. Everybody had their own families. Everybody had their own children. Everybody had their own life.
Attorneys also explained Farouk's mother lived with the couple, and when they left the house Wednesday morning, they told her they were going to the doctor because they said Farouk had the stomach flu. Kent?
We're now seeing inside the California home of the couple investigators say was responsible for that mass shooting in San Bernardino. Channel 4 Scott Johnson went through video of each room with our crime and safety analyst Gil Smith to see what he had to say about some of that evidence left behind. Detectives found ammunition. They found a computer hard drive, multiple hard drives, along with baby clothes and photo albums. Many were worried that reporters getting inside the home would have contaminated the crime scene, but Smith says anything the FBI would have needed, they would have already taken.
There is nothing here that is of evidentiary value. Now, we're seeing this after the FBI has come in, been there for a day and a half, has gone through everything, and they've taken out everything that is of evidentiary value.
And you go through some of what we're seeing: ammunition, hard drives, laptops.
So they're seeing all that stuff in there: ammunition, hard drive, laptops.
As far as the hard drive and laptops, if it is of value in the case, they would have taken it.
Gil Smith also mentioned that police won't be able to go back to that crime scene, really. The scene has now been contaminated. However, police should have everything they need to go forward with their investigation, according to Smith.
Less than 24 hours after the California shootings, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office used social media to reassure our community. This Facebook post has received thousands of likes after officials issued tips on what to do in case you find yourself in a situation where you are faced with a gunman on a shooting spree. They recommend you run, hide, or fight. Channel 4's Francesca Amaker spoke with an anti-terrorism expert about that. Francesca?
Well, many of us work in tight-knit, small workplace areas like this newsroom every single day, and tonight the expert that I spoke with showed us exactly what to do if you come face-to-face with the shooter.
Sometimes bad people do bad things. Their motivations are different.
This is the YouTube video now making its rounds through Jacksonville as concerned citizens take advantage of 3 words the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office want you to remember.
First and foremost, if you can get out, do. Always try and escape or evacuate, even when others insist on staying.
Authorities say if you can't leave, then hide by getting out of the shooter's view and brace yourself with protection if shots are fired. The last option is to fight. And safety expert Gary Belson says there are multiple ways to do it.
They're looking over here, and they walk past me because I'm over here or I'm hiding or whatever. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to come from behind them and break the knee inside and then drop kick him in the teeth. Pick up his gun, then at the next guy.
And if ever confronted face to face,
I'm going to go like this. My thumb is right here on a pinky knuckle, go this way, and then feel that. Okay, then I'm gonna come in, right in the temple.
Belson also offered insight on what to yell out if you're able to run from the shooter. Words that may end up saving you or others around. I'm walking to you.
Run, to the right. Say, help, fire, help, fire. Fire. You gotta say it loud. You're attracting attention from people around you that can see that you are the victim.
Ultimately, authorities say you have to make decisions quickly because that could be the difference between seeing another day. And again, we have placed that Facebook link as well as that YouTube video on our website at news4jax.com. JSO urges everyone to take a look at it. We're now reporting live in the newsroom. Francesca Amaker, Channel 4, the local station.